So here is well, I want you to help me with this if you can. This is a binder that is stamped with Italy. Let me see if we can get that. Yeah, I think we can get that. Okay, so it's Italian made, ostensibly. It could be, of course, that is a surname, a Mr. or Mrs. Italy, but I suspect it denotes the manufacturer. So, what have we got here? Well, this is an absolute delight. I've got one or two. Well, maybe more than that. Actually, I've got one or two filofaxes that are described as Italian leather, and to be honest, okay, I don't know what to expect, but they're a little, shall we say, a bit plasticky, and this is made in Italy, and it's a revelation. It's an absolute revelation. If I could convey to you through the ether the sheer, I'm going over the top, but why not? The sheer unadulterated thrill of handling this leather binder, then I know that you would share my enthusiasm. It really is that good. It really is. It's exquisitely made. Can you see these gussets? It's lined. It's very, very nice. I don't know how old this is, but I suspect it could be quite old. But these gussets are really well made. The stitching is fantastic, and these corners. Let me show you these corners. They are made, wherever this was made, it was, these are master craftspeople. That's absolutely fantastic. So you have let me have it the other way around. So you have two full-length pockets, as you can see. The internal diameter of these rings is approximately 9mm. I forget the dimensions, but here's the thing. I've actually got this for sale already. I put it on eBay last night as one of my pseudo Dutch auctions. My phone hasn't pinged me, which indicates to me that it's still there, and it might be there for many, many weeks. But hold that thought. But this binder, two things that make this binder exceptional. I can't help going overboard when I talk about this one, because there are two things that I really, really appreciate in a binder, and one is flatability, as you know, as everybody in the world knows by now. But the flatability is exceptional, and it's very, very difficult. It's very, very difficult to have good flatability with a small binder. Let me just see. I'm doing it off camera here, so I can just see. Okay, we're all right. So this is my Guildford Mini Extra Slim. Okay, I know it's a mini rather than a pocket, but it's sort of okay. I like it. I do like it. It's not absolutely perfect, but it's good enough. But as we know, most mini or pocket binders do not have good flatability, and it's not a deal breaker, because, to be honest, this, I mean, for instance, take this one, for instance, if this Guildford, I mean, I love the fact that it is pretty good with the flatability, but if it wasn't, then I might be using it as a wallet, or, well, actually I wouldn't be using it at all, because I wouldn't be paying effectively quite a lot of money to get hold of one of these, because they are as rare as hen's teeth. And I love it. I love the practicality of this. I think this is one of the best filofax designs out there. Fantastic job, filofax. Really, really like your design here. But I wish that you had continued it on to the present day, instead of just a very, very brief period where you were offering the forbidden fruit, and then you snatched it away so cruelly. I mean, I wouldn't say I wouldn't say I'm devastated, because I'm delighted to own one. But I'll tell you what, you would sell shed loads of these if you reintroduce them into the market. But just saying. But let me not digress, because that is a fault I have. So just going back to this, it's exquisitely made. Smells pretty good too. Smells good. But there are two things I really, really like about this. One is the flatability, as I've just mentioned. Oh, and the other thing is the gusseted pocket. Okay, I know that gusseted pockets are expensive to manufacture, but if you had this, I mean, this is a good example. If you had a shopping list, a receipt, or something that wasn't hole punched, if you wanted to tuck something away and didn't want it to lose it, or etc., you put it here under this inside this pocket without a gusset. But anything else, a gusseted pocket is so practical. It's so practical. You could get a lot in there. But the two main things I like about this binder are, firstly, the flatability, which is just superb, and then these rings. I mean, they don't have a manufacturer stamp on them, so I don't know whether they're Krauss or Krauss rings or not, but they are superb. They're actually very, very superb, and they have, I don't know whether it's through accident or design, but they have something that most ring mechanism don't have. Now, grab your filofax and test it if you like, and see how much pressure there is required to open the mechanism against how much pressure is required to close it. Now, for most filofaxes, let me just experiment with this, because I haven't tried it on my Guildford Mini Extra Slim. So I'm opening it and I'm closing it. Well, this is a super smooth mechanism. It's really nice. I love it. But that's about that. There's an equal amount of tension between opening and closing. But this one, it appears that there's slightly less tension. I mean, this is such a nerdy subject, isn't it? But there's slightly less tension required to open, and slightly more tension required to close. And I actually quite like that, because if you are, for example, using custom paper, and by custom paper I mean paper oversized paper like this, which completely fills the internal diameter of the binder, such that you get more real estate. And in this particular case, I like to cut corners off. Why do I cut corners off? Well, for the obvious reason that you can more easily open the filofax with your thumbs. Although notice I have kept, let me just change that. So I've put some paper in for demo. this is a standard mini size piece of paper, and you can see that even if you didn't cut the corners off, you could do it. It's okay, but if you had full size paper without the cutouts, you would be able to open it, but it would be much more difficult and fiddly. You would be I wouldn't say in a world of pain, more a pain in the butt. But this particular one has obviates, or at least diffuses that pain in the butt by having what I perceive to be a different mechanism, such that the balance is shifted towards closing the rings with your fingers rather than opening with your thumbs. I mean, it's still the mechanism is fantastic and very, very firm either way, but there is that subtle difference. Anyway, I think I've said a lot about these rings, so I'm going to leave it there. What I am doing, as you are probably aware, that there's a bit of housekeeping here, as it were. YouTube invited me. Well, I've invited just about everybody, perhaps, but YouTube invited me to start a community page, which you can see just above the video frame that you're watching on now. You can see that one of the options now is the community page, and what I am minded to do, and I've done that for the last two filofaxes I've listed on eBay, is to alert people to that on the community page, where you can leave comments and ask questions as per any YouTube video. And to that ends, a couple of things. Firstly, as you may or may not have noticed, I haven't really been posting on. I do have a Facebook page, Flatability page on Facebook, but I just haven't been posting on there. I thought I would, but there's a reasoning behind that, and that is the natural. I hate this word, but the natural organic reach. That is the percentage of your followers, if you like, or subscribers who get to see the post that you post, has gone down from over the years from apparently I was reading that in 2014 it was 14%, and now it is about 1%. So if I have 100 followers and I write a post and upload it to Facebook, only one of those 100 followers will get to see it, unless I pay Mark Zuckerberg some cash, and then he will he will say, "Okay, Neil, I'll post your post more frequently. I'll actually show it to more of your followers rather than deliberately hiding it." And to be honest, I think Mark Zuckerberg he doesn't need me to give him any more cash. I think he's got plenty. So what I've decided to do is not abandon it, because I'm acutely aware that if my YouTube account gets hacked in some way, or there's some technical problems with YouTube, then I need some way of letting people know what's going on, and give people the opportunity to ask me what's going on. And so I'm going to carry on with I'm going to maintain it. I'm going to keep it going. Keep the Facebook page there. I'm not going to close it. But it's not really. I'm only going to post very, very occasionally, just to keep it in the pipeline, as it were. I'm not sure whether it would. I'm tempted to think that it would disappear if you don't post anything for a year. It might perhaps disappear. That might be some part of the Facebook algorithm. So it's there, but I don't look at it every day, and I certainly won't be posting much. So it's like an emergency communication channel more than anything else. And the second thing, while we're doing some housekeeping, I mean, what are we up to? 16 minutes. Okay, so I please forgive me for that. But this whole thing about eBay and being a dealer, as you I guess many of you know, I make money through affiliate links. That is, in the description or in each of my videos, there is a link that near the top that says what I'm selling on eBay right now. And if you click that link, two things happen. One is you get to see a list of what I'm selling at that given moment. And secondly, if you either buy one of my filofaxes or indeed decide that instead of buying one of my filofaxes, you go off and buy a motorbike or a washing machine or a pair of jeans or whatever you buy, I get a commission, which I have to pinch myself because the money arrives in my bank account every month, and I'm very, very grateful. It's I wouldn't say it's free money because it's there is an element of work to create this situation, but I'm if that's this isn't a plea for you to do it because you can do what you want, but if you but I'm just explaining what happens and what these affiliate links are. And I do it myself. If I'm the other day, I was watching a camera tutorial, and I found it very, very useful and informative, and so I clicked this guy's affiliate link and then bought something as a result of that. And I guess it's a way of me earning some money for this guy without it actually costing me any extra. So I love the principle of it. So I have been doing this for a few months now, since I think March this year, and it's provided me a little bit of extra income, which is very, very, it's a nice thing, isn't it? It's not a lot. It's a few pence for each item, but it adds up, So I'm going to continue with that, and the final thing is these. Now I've got I haven't really been selling much in over the last few months because I've been outdoors and I've had other things to do, etc. But now I'm filming in what I euphemistically call my studio. I find I can produce more videos, and I've got more. I tend to buy more things and sell more things in the winter anyway. I mean, I've sold thousands. If you look at my feedback on YouTube, not Facebook either, eBay, I've sold literally thousands of items. So I'm an experienced eBay seller. It's always been part of my. It's always been something that I do, primarily as an antiques dealer. But more recently, the occasional filofax as well. And what I've done is I've decided to avoid confusion. I'm just going to, for a while, maybe forever, you never know. I'm just going to sell filofaxes on this channel, which I have renamed Flatability, so that you know it's me. And I am. The two that I've got on at the moment are Dutch auctions where I start at a ridiculously high price, and then it goes all the way down to £1 if necessary. So what I would urge you to do, if this is your bag, is to periodically have a look at what I'm selling and see what price an item of your desire has reached, and if it's the right price for you, then jump in. If not, wait a bit and wait a bit and wait a bit more. And if everybody's waiting all the way until it reaches £1, then get yourself a filofax for £1 with free postage. So that is how it is. And to be honest, I have had one or two items that have sold for £1, although not filofaxes, but antiques. And it's a great thing. I share the buyer's joy when they get a fantastic bargain. I don't see it as a loss. I see it as an opportunity to share the joy and spread the love of what is eBay. But I do receive some income, a growing amount of income from people clicking the links and then ending up going off and buying something else, and then I get some commission from that. So I am waffling, but I thought I would. I'm very upfront about this affiliate link thing, and I just wanted to explain it. Seeing as I'm talking about a filofax that I'm basically promoting in this video, a filofax that I am selling on eBay, I'm kind of minded to rather than a separate review and then a hey, look at this, I'm selling this on eBay. I just combine the two, and hopefully that I'm being informative and entertaining. And in this particular case, I'm doing a lot of waffle as well. But I hope you don't mind. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there because we're now up to 23 minutes, which is ridiculous. But until we meet again. Okay, so if you liked my video, like and subscribe, all that good stuff. I've got some links to Patreon and my eBay page in the description below. But until next time, thank you very much for watching once again, and goodbye.